Hi everyone and welcome back to my channel. I am super excited about today's video. I will be sharing with you some art supplies that I have been collecting over the last couple weeks. I have waited to open almost all of it until I was filming this video because I wanted it to all be new to me and for you to have my initial reactions. So I'm extra excited because it's like Christmas morning for me. And this is going to be pretty casual compared to my other videos. I'm going to try to edit it very minimally because I would like to get it up today when I'm filming this on Saturday. And that means that my guinea pigs that I have in my office, I typically put them in a different area for enrichment when I'm filming so that they're in another room and not making background noise, but you might hear them munching on some hay or chewing on their wooden toys behind me. So I wanted to note that up front. But anyway, let's go ahead and jump right into it because I'm so excited. So the first thing that I got is Ohuhu's marker pad, and I'm going to say I'm so excited. It's a bunch in this, I already know. But I should have gotten scissors out. Off to a great start. Here we go. So I wanted to get this because I saw someone use it to kind of create a catalog of patterns for her cozy, bold and easy coloring. And this is supposedly the only paper. Oh, look, my nails kind of match. But this is supposedly the only paper or I shouldn't say the only paper, but alcohol markers don't bleed through this. And so, wow, I would have expected it to be a lot thicker than that for alcohol markers to not bleed through it. But you know what? I'm actually going to grab my markers and test it with you guys on camera. But yeah, this is by Ohuhu, and it's a marker pad, and it's supposed to be able to truly be double-sided, which if you use alcohol markers, you know that's really hard to come by. And so she kind of had squares here, and then underneath she had written the title of the pattern, like cheetah print or water effect or bubbles. And then she had the Instagram what's that called? The Instagram... you know what I'm saying. I can't think of the word. The tag, I don't know, but whoever posted it, she had them on there. And then she just had a catalog where she could flip through and look at patchwork and florals and textures and all kinds of things, plaid. And so I love that idea. So I'm hoping to do that and make a video about it. But for now, I just want to test out and see how it works. So let me grab my markers real quick. Okay, I'm going to truly put this to the test with a black marker. And I was just thinking about it. It's really going to pain me to draw on this without putting a bleed sheet because that's so ingrained in my mind. But we're going to see how it goes. So I'm going to start with just doing one stroke. I'm so interested. Oh, there's not even ghosting. And then let me do some more strokes. I'll do 2 there, 3 there. That's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Wow, there's literally not even a little bit of ghosting. Oh my gosh, I'm so excited about this. And if I ever want to do like sketches or art that is not just coloring with my markers because I just love them and I'm so comfortable with them, this makes me so excited. Oh my gosh. Okay, I know that that's what it was made for, but I don't know. I thought at least there would be ghosting, and the fact that you can't see at all, I'm going to really go hard in one area. I just want to know, because if I'm using this, I'm going to be nervous about, this is magic. This is actual magic. What? And the fact that it's like not even as thick as I would have expected. I'm going to look this up and like how the paper does that because I don't know. That's kind of blowing my mind right now. Anyway, I will link everything I use in the description in case there's anything that interests you. But the first thing is a hit. I'm really excited about this. And it's a bonus that my nails match. So that is Ohuhu's marker pad. And then the next thing that I got is, let me just put my black marker back. Clean off the little desk here, is Posca markers. So this is one thing that I did have to open before because I wanted to use it for a page I was using. I was trying out a neon effect, and that didn't go super well. You'll see that in my March coloring pages video. But anyway, I've been wanting to try these for a while because I use jelly roll pens, and I see a lot of people who do cozy coloring and who color with alcohol markers. They use, I just have to say as a side note, I am loving hearing the birds. I hope that you are too. I hope it's not bothering you, but I love it, and they make me so happy. I have a ton of bird feeders, and my husband and I just put up so many birdhouses in our backyard. We literally hung up like 7 last week, and they're all getting occupied and getting little nest. I can see them carry their little nest stuff to them, and so I can see out directly in front of me, and the birds just flying around, and the different types of birds in the different houses. I'm just loving it. So anyway, I hope that you enjoy hearing it too, because it just makes me so happy. But anyway, so these are 3 different sizes, and I've seen a lot of people use them, and I was really impressed with them, and I think I'm going to prefer them over my Jelly Roll gel pens. But basically, this is the one I used. Hopefully you can see that tip there. And it's just a paint marker. If you don't know, I'm sure you've probably heard of them before. But yeah, they are amazing, and I love making highlights, and I'm trying to experiment with making different textures and stuff. Let me go ahead and grab some scissors because I can foresee that I'm going to need them. But yeah, I love when at the very end, that's my favorite part of coloring, is adding shadows and highlights to my page. And my Jelly Roll pens are just really thin, obviously, and they skip. And I just have loved whenever I see people use these. It just seems a lot easier because it's paint. I'm pretty sure. Am I misspeaking on that? I'm pretty sure these are paint pens, but maybe acrylic. I'm not 100% sure actually, but yeah, they're paint pens. So let's see how thick these are. So this one's obviously thinner, and I haven't filled it up with the ink yet. That one's the smaller one. I kind of like how you don't have to guess. It's obvious which ones are which ones are thicker and thinner. And that one's pretty thick. Okay, I'm so excited about these. And just the feel of them, the look of them. I've been wanting them for years, honestly. When I used to bullet journal, I've wanted one. And for some reason, I just never got them. So here those are. And I didn't even know they came with little tabs too, which is nice to mark my pages when I'm coloring. So that is the Posca pens that I got, just the white. I went to look into the craft store that I have locally, and they didn't have just the white. They just had the colored packs, which I do think would be useful to have in the future. So that might be in a future haul, because the neon technique that I was trying out used actual colored, like a pink marker, Posca marker. So I might get the colored eventually if I really love these and use them a lot. But that is the Posca markers. And then speaking of white ink, I got some more Jelly Roll pens. So this is the 3-pack, and let me see, did I get, yeah, it's a mix. So I think there's 2 10 and 1, oh, wait. Oh, okay. I thought this was the mix, but I just got just the 10. I think I was confused because down here it says 0.5 and then 1, but it's saying the line is 0.5 and the ball is 1. So, but that's okay. I actually use because that's why I got the Posca markers. I use the fat line the most. So I wanted to have extra of these because they have been my tried and true, my faithful pen, white pen. So I wanted to have them, but I imagine that I'm going to be using the Posca markers a lot more. But I just wanted to go ahead and get some more of these to have, because for smaller details and for bubbles and things like that, it's still nice to have a really fine point. So this is a thicker, for the Jelly Rolls, this is on the thicker end, but it's thinner than a Posca marker. So that's my Jelly Roll pens. And then again, another thing that I have, and I'm just refilling, is the Micron. And you guys know I'm horrible at pronouncing things, so I might be pronouncing brand names in this wrong. But basically, I got this. It's in the 8 size, and I just love my Microns. And when I just find that a lot of times, whether it be I'm coloring with a glitter marker or what are some other situations where I have to go over the black line? If I want to make a line, like if I'm drawing something that's transparent and I want to add lines, anything like that, I just find that I have to, in my Bold and Easy books especially, add lines a lot, and it's really nice to have a really good fine liner for that. And this is thick, and I can use it to add lines or things. And I can also use it to just add textures and then color it in and make it look like it's a part of the page. I mean, there's a lot I can do with this. So this one is on the fat side because all my other ones were dying because I've had them for years since I used to bullet journal. So really excited to have a new one of these. And let me just go ahead and wrap up the other like single, I don't know. These seem like they're all in the same family. This I had bought before I got the Posca markers because they didn't have the white in the craft store. So I thought, well, I'll just get this and try it out. But this is a permanent one, I believe. So I think it's alcohol based. I'm not sure if Posca is acrylic, if that means it's water based. But I just thought I would give this a try. And I'll let you know how it is. But yeah, it's basically, so it's like the fat version of the Posca marker. So anyway, I'm really excited to try this one out too, and I'll let y'all know. But I like the feel and the look of the Posca, but I'm still excited to use this. And I don't know, I find myself always needing a white one. Like the other day I put out my old desk next to the road for somebody to take, and I always wanted like a big white. I made like big bold letters that popped and added highlights, and I needed something like this. So I've got it now and I can use it, so that's wonderful. And then also I bought, this is actually inspired by a comment someone left on one of my videos. I have mentioned many times that I love my alcohol markers and that I'm really intimidated by coloring pencils, and for a number of reasons. But someone said, get a blender pencil. It's a game changer. So I did. I got these, and they're by Prismacolor, and they're colorless blenders, which I didn't even know this existed. Obviously, I use this with my alcohol markers, but I use the colorless blender of my alcohol markers, but I didn't know that there was a pencil equivalent. So I am excited, which that brings me to my next thing, which is I got some Prismacolor colored pencils. Now, I started with a small pack because, like I said, you guys know, I am not the biggest. I love the way that colored pencils look, but they make my hand cramp. I'm not good at them. They're always streaky when I do them. And the alcohol markers are fast because you fill up the strokes are so much fatter than they are with pencils. And so you just need a lot more patience. So I'm just going to toss this in my trash can over here. And so, yeah, I've never found colored pencils that I really like. Sometimes I layer them on top of my alcohol markers to add shading and textures, but on their own, especially when I tried that, it was just not good. You can see that in my coloring book haul, my coloring book collection video. I showed the page I did, and it was, not great. But anyway, I got a small pack because of my feelings toward colored pencils, and if I like them, then I'll get a bigger pack. But I'm going to make a video all about me trying these for the first time. They're beautiful colors. I'm really excited to try them because so many of you say, you can't say you don't like colored pencils until you've tried these. So I'm going to, and I actually am looking forward to it, and I can't wait to share that with you all. And I've got my colorless pencils. I also got this because these were not at the craft store, and these blending stumps were with the colored pencils at my craft store. So I figured, and they were cheap, so I thought I'll just get both and I'll try them out. Anything that helps. So let me know beyond this. Let me make sure nothing else I have is for that. No. So let me know beyond this, is there any other supplies that I should get before I try out my colored pencils? Any suggestions? I would love it because, like I said, I'm going to make a video about it, and I'm nervous. So I'd love any suggestions. And there goes my guinea pig, really losing his mind behind me, chewing. Okay. The next thing I got is this Westcott ruler. And this is another thing I've been wanting for a while. And I wanted it because when I was first learning how to color, I saw someone use this. They used a fatter version of it, but they used it to find a light source. So like if they wanted the light source to be up here when they did heights or highlights or shadows, then they would use this, and depending on which side of the ruler it was, it would be shadow or highlight. And I think that I'm pretty good with shadows and highlights, but there's some times where it can be a little tricky. And I just thought, since this was cheap, I saw it at the store and I thought I'm gonna grab that because I just think I could really use it sometimes. So that is the next thing. The next item is this pocket color wheel, which if you watched my choosing a color scheme video, you will have seen me talk about this more in depth. But again, I saw this, I had been wanting one, I saw someone use it in a video, and I thought that would be really helpful for coloring and just life in general too, understanding color theory and everything. And so I really liked it and wanted it, and I saw it at the craft store, and they had a big version as well. But basically this side helps you choose like how to mix colors. So adding blue to green is gonna get you that teal color, adding red to yellow gets you orange. So that shows you on the front. It also down here talks about values, primary colors, secondary colors, and the hues, values, intensity, all of that. And then on the other side, it shows you complementary. And this is mainly what I wanted. I understand that like red goes with green and yellow goes with purple, and I know those. But this I just thought would be helpful and nice to have because it shows also split complementary, triad, tetrad. And so I just thought that this would be really nice to have. And it's a cute little pocket color wheel that I can keep and use while I'm choosing colors. And also very random, but I have some little mixing cups here. Again, this was right next to the color wheel in the craft store, and I decided to get them because I thought they would be really helpful for my alcohol-based versus water-based video that I made. And so if you watched that, you will have seen me use these, but I just thought I would show it to you because they're cute little cups. And if you need them, I'll try to link some similar down below because it just was, it elevated that video for me and brought me a lot of joy. And then I got this, which is because someone recommended in the comments of my color with me video that I was chatty in. So I think it's my most recent color with me, and I did 2 pages in it, and it was longer. It was like an hour and a half. Well, someone commented on that when my markers are dying in the background, or just to be easier on the markers because it's hard on the nibs and it uses a lot of ink, which has always bothered me anyway, but I just never knew what kind of media to use on the background. They commented and said that they love to use King Art Artist Mixed Media Gel Sticks. And this is the final thing. It was the most expensive thing I bought. That being said, these were very inexpensive. I want to say this was around $40 maybe, but you can get smaller packs for much cheaper. I think they even sell them at Walmart maybe, if I'm not mistaken. So anyway, I had never heard of King Art, but I feel like I've seen this. And when I looked up all their other products, I was really impressed. And so I'm excited to continue looking and seeing if there's anything else that would be beneficial for me. But I'm most excited about these because she said she uses them on her backgrounds, and that basically they're kind of like the texture of a lipstick. And she said that she uses, I think she said, a blending brush with a little bit, and then uses it on the background, and that it's not messy, and that it's very easy. And I loved the look of these, and I thought that sounded amazing. And I have been wanting to do something else for the backgrounds because it's so tedious to do it with alcohol markers and to try to not get the streaks, and it takes a lot of time and effort, and I always dread that part of my pictures. So anything that I can do to try to make that easier or more enjoyable, I'm here for. So let me open these and see. Here's the color selection, and they come in they have cases, it looks like. It says that they glide easily over canvas, paper, wood, and more. Their mixed media gel sticks are made of water soluble wax with a soft buttery texture. The rich colors blend smoothly and easily and are light fast, odorless, non-toxic, and transparent. Work wet or dry to produce stunning results. They are the perfect complement to any mixed media project. Hassle-free setup and mess-free cleanup. Storage cases included to keep sticks organized. So I'm really excited about these. It was the thing I was most excited. So I saved the best for last. Oh my gosh, these cases almost look glittery. That's cute. Okay. Yeah, they are like glittery. These are so nice. Oh my gosh. Okay, like I said, I was waiting to open everything with you. These were what I was most excited about, and I was waiting to open them with you. And thank you to who commented this, because I'm just so excited. Oh my gosh. So I got this. What I was going to say is I got this, and please let me know whether you were that commenter or somebody else. Let me know if you've used these before, and if you have, how do you use them? And is it okay if I put them on here and then I have watercolor brushes? That was another question I had for you all, and I didn't even think about this, but I would love for your advice on the colored pencils and on this. So let me grab one other thing to show you. So this is my brush collection, and I haven't used it as much since I started coloring, so it's kind of collected some dust. But I originally had these to paint with, and I think I used these with acrylic just because I got into painting a little bit a few years ago. And then I got really into watercolor, which I still love. And I used these Nick Pro brushes that I got off Amazon. I mentioned those in another recent video, and I'll try to link whatever I can below, like I said. But basically, I just was wondering what kind of brush, if you've used these. These are the brushes I have. If you're familiar with them, have you ever used any of these, or is there a particular shape that's best? I would think something kind of smaller like this, maybe a rounded version of that would be what I would go for. Or maybe even something like this so I can get in the small areas, but also keep it bigger, just like the brush tip of a alcohol marker. So anyway, that's a question that I have, and that one's good too. It looked rounded, but it was just stiff and pressed down. But anyway, please let me know if you have any suggestions on these. That's, again, another video. I have so many ideas for videos that I want to do. I'm just trying to decide which ones I want to do first and what order. But this, eventually, I am going to make a video using these. And I hope sooner than later, because it will hopefully make my life easier. But I want suggestions, so please let me know. And I love, I can see they have the color names. I like that, because the glitter pens that I have by Ink, they don't have a name, and it's kind of tricky with the swatches and everything. But yeah, that was my thought, is putting a little bit on here, maybe adding water. Let me know if you add water. I'll watch some videos on it too, but doing a background with them, and I'm just so excited. So I thought 48 was a solid. I think they have more than that, I'm pretty sure, if I'm not mistaken, but I thought this was a good medium to start, because at first I thought about getting a smaller pack like I did with Prismacolor, but because these were more inexpensive than Prismacolor, I just decided to go ahead and go with this, specifically because it had more variety of blues, and I do a lot of skies in the background. And I was thinking for like grass too. It's got a lot of greens. But these, I don't know, something about the aesthetics of these little cases, the way it's kind of glittery, the box it comes in, and then everything about it is bringing me so much joy right now. So I cannot wait to try these out, and please let me know if you have any suggestions. But I believe that is everything that I got. So again, I got the King Art gel sticks. I got this palette here. I got Prismacolor pencils, these cups, and then I've got a lot of miscellaneous utensils here. You got the colorless blender, the Posca markers, and the jelly roll pens. And then I've also got this pen here to try. There we go, the blending stumps, my Micron, and then the Posca markers came with these little tabs here. this color pocket wheel, and then the ruler and the Ohuhu paper. So if you have tried any of these, please let me know if you have any suggestions. Again, some of them, like some of these are refills of things I have, but otherwise a lot of this is really new to me. So I just love hearing from you all in the comments, and I've already learned so much from you. So please let me know if you have any suggestions, especially about the gel sticks and the colored pencils. But that is everything for today. I can't wait to see you in my next video, and thank you so much for being here, and I will see you next time. Bye.